Eden project first opened in a disused China clay quarry in 2001. It's a world-renowned experimental garden which has become a must-see attraction near St Austell in Cornwall. The Rainforest Biome houses plants from tropical Asia, Africa and South America. The temperature inside the biome is kept between 18 and 35 degrees C and can get very hot in summer. It houses the biggest rainforest in captivity, with over 1,000 species of plants. Although the majority of the plants here won't survive a UK winter, some may be grown as annuals or make a great houseplant, so I'll talk you through a few of the plants that you can see here. Sanchezia Speciosa is a shrub native to Ecuador and Peru that will grow up to 2.4 metres in height. It has large variegated leaves with a distinctive stripe marking. Grown as a houseplant, it prefers bright indirect light and moist soil. The top third of the soil should be allowed to dry out between waterings. Rhapis Excelsa is also known as the broadleaf lady palm and is native to southern China and Taiwan. It can grow up to 4 metres in height and grows well indoors in low light positions. Outdoors, it should not be placed in full sun as leaves will burn. It can withstand temperatures of -7 degrees for short periods, but grows better if kept above 2 degrees. Goeppertia Zebrina is also known as Acalypha Zebrina and is native to Brazil. They prefer humid environments, so regular misting is recommended, and it grows best with medium to bright indirect light and lightly moist soil. Musa Velutina is also known as the pink banana due to the vibrant colour of its flowers and fruit. Native to the Himalayas, it's a fast-growing plant, although rarely exceeds 2.5 metres tall. It's hardy to -5 degrees, but grows well in containers and can be moved into a warmer location during the winter months. Acalypha Hispida is also known as the chenille plant. It's a striking evergreen shrub native to New Guinea and Malaysia with unusual tassel-like flowers. In the UK, it can be grown as a houseplant or outdoors as an annual. It grows best in part shade, avoiding direct sun in the afternoon. Pilea Spruceana is a clump-forming evergreen plant in the nettle family. It needs bright indirect light indoors, although can grow in lower light, but the leaves may lose their distinctive colouring. It should not be allowed to dry out completely. Monstera Deliciosa is also known as the Swiss cheese plant and is commonly grown as a houseplant in the UK. Native to southern Mexico and Panama, it can thrive in a variety of indoor light levels and humidities, making it very easy to care for, although it may not put out much growth without higher humidity. Heliconia Psittacorum is native to the Caribbean and South America. It's an evergreen perennial with vibrant coloured flowers, adapted to be pollinated by hummingbirds. When grown as a houseplant, it prefers bright indirect light. It can be kept outdoors in summer, but is only hardy to around 13 degrees C. Hemigraphis Repanda is also known as dragon's tongue and has a beautiful purple foliage with almost grassy-looking leaves. It's an easy-to-care-for houseplant, ideal for dish gardens and terrariums, or it can be grown outdoors as an annual for ground cover in a shady spot. Colocasia Fontanesii is a beautiful variety of elephant ear with dark green foliage and black stems. It grows best in a sunny or partially shady spot with moist soil throughout summer, and then can be lifted and dry stored over winter. Hibiscus Rosa-Sinensis is also known as the Chinese hibiscus. It's a bushy evergreen shrub or small tree growing to between 2 and 5 metres tall and producing stunning flowers in summer and autumn. Although the flowers only last a day or two, they can flower for extended periods in a bright greenhouse or conservatory. Begonia Brevirimosa is a vibrant plant native to New Guinea, commonly known as the begonia vine. They grow best in bright to medium indirect lighting and prefer more humid conditions, although it shouldn't be misted without good air circulation. Trimezia Martinicensis is also known as the walking iris and is native to South America and the West Indies. It has flat strap-like leaves and short-lived yellow and bronze flowers, blooming all year, but best from spring to autumn. It tolerates both drought and flooding and can be left neglected in a glass of water for years. Breynia Disticha is a shrub with attractive variegated leaves, also known as the snowbush, which can grow 2 meters tall. It's native to the Pacific Islands and can be grown indoors as a perennial or outdoors as an annual, where it prefers dappled shade and constantly moist soil. Typhonodorum Lindleyanum is an aroid known as the water banana and is native to Madagascar, Zanzibar, and Mauritius. It grows well in shallow ponds in warm climates and does require wet conditions and full sun to thrive. Indoors, it can be grown in aquariums or other systems that allow adequate water. Cocos Nucifera is better known as the coconut tree. This plant is difficult to grow as a houseplant long term and needs lots of bright light, including direct sunlight in the morning or late afternoon to avoid collapse. It requires high humidity and the top half of the soil should dry out between watering. Pandanus utilis is also known as the screw pine and is native to Madagascar. It's an evergreen broadleaf tree with distinctive prop roots which provide support. It can be grown in the UK in the conservatory or heated greenhouse with plenty of light and should be watered sparingly in winter. Calophyllum inophyllum is also known as tamanu and is native to tropical Asia. It has glossy oval-shaped leaves, sweet-scented white flowers, and round green fruits. The plant is so toxic its fruit can be used as rat poison, and its sap was once used to tip arrowheads, as it's fatal if introduced to the bloodstream. The plant grows well in frost-free, sandy coastal areas. Hyophorbia larginicalis is commonly known as the bottle palm, due to the unusual swelling of its trunk. It's endangered in the wild, growing only on Round Island in Mauritius. It's a dwarf palm, growing to around 3 meters tall and is drought and salt tolerant. It can be grown indoors in bright indirect light and is hardy to 0 degrees C. Catharanthus roseus is a perennial known as the Madagascar periwinkle. It's an evergreen plant with glossy green leaves and phlox-like flowers. In the UK, it can be grown in a bright conservatory or outdoors during the summer in full sun and tolerates most types of soil. Chrysobalanus icaco, also known as the cocoa plum, is a low shrub or bushy tree. Emerging leaves are yellow-green or red-tinged, becoming a leathery dark green as they age. Native to Florida, the Caribbean, Central and South America, it grows well in swamps, moist forests, coastal beaches and thickets. Outdoors, it prefers full or part sun and is drought tolerant, but not hardy in the UK. Rhapis humilis is also known as the slender lady palm, forming bamboo-like clumps, and is native to China. Although they can grow to 6 meters tall, their size can be controlled by growing in a pot. It's easy to grow indoors, being tolerant of low light conditions, although it prefers bright indirect light. Casuarina cunninghamiana is also known as the river oak and is a rare tree native to Australia and New Guinea. It's a flowering tree with pine-like foliage, and it grows well in poor or sandy soils and is reported to be hardy down to -3, although there are reports of trees growing in the UK and Ireland as far north as Swansea at least. Ravenala madagascariensis is commonly known as the traveller's palm, and although it is native to Madagascar, it's not a true palm. It's actually related to Strelitzia, or the bird of paradise. It grows up to 10 meters tall, preferring full sun and a sheltered spot. In the UK, they can be grown in containers so that they can be brought into a frost-free conservatory or greenhouse over winter. Heptaplurum actinophyllum is also known as Schefflera actinophyllum, and is native to the tropical rainforests of Australia and New Guinea. The shape of its leathery leaves has given it the nickname the Queensland umbrella tree. It prefers full sun or partial shade, but this is not a hardy variety and will need to be brought inside for winter in the UK. Terminalia catappa is a large tropical tree native to Asia, Australia, the Pacific, Madagascar, and the Seychelles. It's also known as the Indian almond and can grow up to 35 meters tall. It sheds its leaves twice a year, and they turn a vibrant red before falling. It grows best in full sun, but is frost tender, and temperatures of -4 degrees would kill it. Tychosperma macarthurii is commonly known as the MacArthur palm. It is native to Australia and New Guinea, and is a clumping or multi-stemmed palm growing up to 10 meters tall. It's often grown indoors as a tropical houseplant, but will need plenty of bright, indirect light. Calliandra hematocephala is also known as the red powder puff. It's a rambling shrub or small tree with pinnate silky leaves and beautiful red powder puff flowers. It grows best in full sun or part shade and is drought tolerant. It prefers temperatures above 15 degrees C but can be kept indoors all year round. Phoenicoforium bossygianum is endemic to the Seychelles and is found in the undergrowth of moist forests, but is also able to grow in a variety of conditions, such as rocky outcrops where drought is severe. Leaves can grow up to 2 meters in length and have a crinkled appearance. It can grow in full sun once mature, but will not tolerate UK winters. Ocna cellulata is also known as the Mickey Mouse bush and is native to South Africa. It grows between 1 and 2 meters high, producing fragrant yellow flowers in spring. It grows well in both sun or shade and is hardy to around -2, but grows well as a houseplant with plenty of light. Prichardia pacifica is also known as the Fiji fan palm and is native to Tonga. It is a solitary palm which can grow up to 15 meters tall with fan-shaped rounded leaves. It prefers moist soil and full sun to part shade and can be grown as a houseplant in the UK in a bright room. Pilea cadieri is a bushy evergreen perennial, also known as the aluminium plant. In the UK, it can be grown outdoors as an annual and grows best in full sun or partial shade in moist soil, or indoors it is an ideal plant for terrariums or bottle gardens. Strobilanthes alternata is also known as the waffle plant and is native to Indonesia. It's a spreading mound-shaped plant with distinctive leaves that have beautiful purple undersides. It makes an ideal houseplant and does not need high humidity, although it does prefer it. Soil should remain moist, but never too wet or dry. If soil does dry out, then the plant will droop, but recover if watered soon after. If you're enjoying the content of Freya's Tropical Garden, then please help this channel grow by subscribing. Every new subscriber is appreciated, and by turning on notifications to my videos, you can also make sure that you don't miss any episodes in future. You can also follow me on social media, where I'll release links to my latest videos, as well as share my flower of the day. You can follow me on X, Instagram, Threads, Facebook, or join my Facebook group to engage in discussions and share your own photos. Freya's Tropical Garden webpage also has links to my videos and helpful advice. And now, in order to support the continued growth of this channel, there is an option of becoming a member, which will give you access to a private Facebook group where I'll be running monthly competitions exclusively for members, as well as additional exclusive content. And as always, I welcome your feedback in the comments below.